Well, child, they are saying that Forrest from 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days has a criminal past. Let's talk about it. Are these allegations or is this really true?
A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers, and my nieces and nephews, and all the y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie Advice. Sweet old. It's time for Auntie Advice. Oh, yeah. It's time for Auntie
Hey, y'all. I'm hoping everybody is safe and warm and that you have been eating snacks. Let me tell you, I went out and brought all those snacks. I ate hardly none of it. Okay. Just the hype of it all. But I do have some cookies that I'm going to be eating probably in our membership tonight. So y'all bring y'all drinks and all of that kind of stuff because we're just going to be talking, okay? So if you don't already have your notification bells on and you're a member, make sure you turn them on so you can join us, okay? I'm going to be dropping, the link for a panel discussion. Okay, let's get into it. So, look, yesterday we were out here and we were having a discussion about 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. And it came up downtown in my chat that Forrest has a little something going on. It appears, honey, that Reddit users have indicated that Forrest has some problems with the law. And then on another blog site, it appears that Forrest has a disdain for women and has said some shady things about the female anatomy, I guess. Y'all, let's talk about it. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. In an article called the Ashley Reality Roundout, shout out to her. I'll put the link to the entire article in the chat, okay? Let me make sure, yeah. So, I went downtown to the Reddit and I was able to find this on the Reddit. Now, everyone is innocent until they are proven guilty in a court of law, and we don't know whether or not this is true. This is information that is coming from Reddit. Okay. Let me bring it on the screen if I can. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay. This is Reddit 90 Day Fiance. This was posted 7 days ago by J Campo 13. It says Forest police report from 2023 harassment eviction. Now you know. It's a lot going on. Someone said, I just found this by quickly Googling his name in 2023, unsure if it was already posted here. This seems like it would be either just before or after he went to the Philippines. Now, when they say that, right, when they're talking about the Philippines, it is because some people have found proof that Forrest had been to Sheena's house downtown to 2023. I also posted some undeniable pictures that were found by, according to Amber, of proof of that as well. Okay. Um, they said Forrest was evicted either right before or after going abroad and was also potentially stalking harassing his community. So as you all can see, it says event has event number, harassment, location, and it says the complainant was someone by the name of Don Stockley. Don came to the Dallas Police Department to report that Forrest Atwood McKenzie has been evicted from the apartment building but continues to come by and harass his old neighbors by recording them on his cell phone. Stockley states that he is tired of the harassment and that he is going to do bodily harm to him. Okay. As well as force Atwood's cell phone into a lower body orifice. If Atwood continues, Stockley was advised to call the police if he needs to and to refrain from any physical conflicts with Forrest. Okay. Hey there, Pam. Hey, Ray Della. Kevin Jones said, I bet Forrest's mama don't mention this. Worried about Sheena Pockets. Worry about your son. Okay. Pam said, what you say, Pam? I can see him being evicted as they were jealous of how Sheena lived. Absolutely. Then Pam said Forrest is too poor to sponsor Sheena. How about that? They need to sponsor him. Kevin Jones said getting mad that someone won't save their own money, but you don't have a dime to your name should be a crime. Okay. Nikki Wild said, who are these people? They look like they can't hurt a fly, but have so much going on. Okay. Ciao. Bye. A mess. So what are the Redditors saying? They're talking about where the phone got forced. Someone says, I have to write factual reports about intense conversations, and I actually have a lot of fun being in here. Someone said they thought the same. I'm surprised his mama wasn't the one or with him. She seems like the type. Now, all through this Reddit post, I noticed that people have been talking about one of the things that I brought up when I first came out here and was windmilling out in the streets is that his mother was very inappropriate with him. Some of the things that she discussed with him and the things that she said made me blush. And I'm going to be honest about it. It made me a little flustered in the face. I thought that she was totally inappropriate. And I don't know what's going on with that man that she got. But he needs to handle that. Okay. Then they went on to say, hold on. Let me tell y'all about this. Ashley Reality Roundup says since a deleted reel was posted to the Bed and Breakfast Instagram page, dated November 13th, Forrest and other guests could be seen posing in front of a Christmas tree, leaving many fans skeptical of Forrest and Sheena's storyline. As this season is slated to focus on Forrest's alleged first meeting with Sheena's parents, one viewer called out the seemingly deceitful timeline in a comment on the latest teaser of the show while placing much of the blame on TLC. So, let me get to the point where I wanted to. So, now we just discussed Forrest being evicted in October of 2023, did we not? They also the Ashley Reality Roundup.com also says he was also reported in July of 2021 for suspicious activity. The reporting party alleged drug activity, which Forrest denied in the police report. Then in November the 22nd, the TLC star filed a noise complaint against his neighbor. Hold on, let me share this with y'all. So they write in November 2020 of 2022, the TLC star filed a noise complaint against his neighbors despite the fact that no excessive noise was heard outside the apartment door. He then alleged after the police left that the neighbors yelled at him through his door and banged on the wall. Additionally, a Reddit user compiled some of Forrest's most problematic Twitter posts from before he joined the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. Okay. Now they said that he had wrote, okay, his stuff is listed in the adult content categories. Who's shocked? Ain't none of us shocked that his stuff is over there in the nasty section. Ain't none of us shocked. Who's shocked? He said the following in quotes: Men don't like dating with real women these days or looking at them after knowing everyone saw her gross goods that have been used. What about his gross goods that's been used? Other posts saw Forrest openly criticizing women's appearances, calling Mariah Carey an old lady who needs help, and Sabrina Carpenter someone who is not very attractive in his opinion. Now, we are not even going to talk about being attractive. Are we? And I ain't trying to shade Sheena, but is this what you call attractive? When he looks like his teeth look like the front gates are open, like he barely has any. He got 98-year-old women teeth. And then look who he's dating. No shade to Sheena, but look who he's dating. And he has the audacity to go out on a site and criticize another woman's appearance and talk about the Mariah Carey. She'd be like, who is that? It is amazing of what people have done in the past and they think it's not going to come back. They said many fans shared their thoughts following the discovery of these tweets, with one Reddit user noting that they weren't surprised by the information that has surfaced. Overly, they said in quotes, overly attached mother with no actual boundaries and a man with no real woman experience turns out to hate women. Color me surprised, color me shocked. Others in the comments unite united to not excuse Forrest's behavior despite him being open on the show about having autism. And I even question that now. I mean, I'm just going to tell the truth and shame the devil. I question that now. Is he really autistic? Or is he just ignorant? Do y'all believe that Forrest was evicted and then couldn't stay away from his neighbors to the extent that the neighbor threatened to stuff something up something and do some things with a cell phone? Like, are we serious? It just, you know, we're going to be talking about in the membership tonight. Again, make sure y'all got your notification bells on. We're going to be talking about 90 Day from the Past and why we complain about it, but why we still watch it. We're going to go back on um, some past, what do I want to call them? Cast members. That's keeping it clean and nice, Auntie. We're gonna go back and talk about some old cast members and how 90 Day Fiancé used to be, and why I believe we're still watching it. Even me, of course, y'all know I wasn't covering it, right? And then I decided enough was enough, and I, went on and covered it. But we're really going to talk about this. We're going to talk about 90 Day Fiance. What do we believe, TLC wants out of this? I'm going to talk about my experience with TLC. I believe it was back in 2019. I believe it was. We're just going to talk about it because the show is nothing like it used to be. All of these different stories, like Paul. When Paul was running through the woods, Paul was really running through the woods. He was really running through the woods. There was no fake cast members. There were, when Lita and Eric were together, stuff was spilling out, things were happening um, off of the screen. All of that stuff was real, real. And now we have these made up people with these made up storylines. Maybe it's because the popularity has grown. Maybe we can attribute that to it, that the popularity has grown. We have different people who are covering it, and then we have Reddit that's on board with it. I remember Reddit when I remember really um having a lot of support from Reddit and a lot of people who were on Reddit when I was on Reddit when I was going through the stuff with oh my goodness, what is her name? She was married to hold on, let me get her name. I know I got it on here somewhere. Hold on. What was her name? Danielle and Muhammad and Jesse and Darcy. Of course, Jesse was the first person I ever interviewed. But what is the woman's name that I was going through? She was married to, was it Larissa? I want to say her name was Larissa, y'all. I will have to find it. But she was married to and Ashley and Jay. Oh my God. How many of y'all go back to my Ashley and Jay day? When Ashley flagged, she was the very first cast member to flag my channel and flag my video. Oh my, yes, she was married. Larissa, who was married to Colty. We had some issues. It was a lot going on 90 Day with her and Cody. What's his name? Colty. I've been through it. I've been through it. I've been through with the 90 Day Fiance cast. That was my jam. That was my thing. We were out here. We were live and in living color. Yes, we were. And we're going to go back down memory lane tonight. And we're going to talk about basically why are we still watching, even though we're disgusted, even though it appears to be very fake. Why do we still watch? So members, have turn your notification bells on. I'll be right back. We're going to be talking about last night's episode. Trust me, I'm going to. You remember those days, boo? Yes. Yes, you remember Ashley? Ashley couldn't stand me. And then I talked to the sister. I interviewed the sister. What was Ashley's boyfriend name? I interviewed the sister. Oh my God. We going back down memory lane. Anyway, I love y'all. Turn y'all notification bells on. And the only way you can turn your notification bells on is if you're subscribed. Love y'all. Tell me what y'all think.